Welcome, everybody, to episode 14. Right? We're on 14 of the Lift
Don't
and
ask
the Load
me.
podcast.
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
We've lost count.
That should be
Anyway,
your
welcome,
job.
everybody. We got the crew back. We got Trent and Dean and Justin and Peyton.
Peyton, wave to the camera. he probably in it like a motherfucker. You don't realize, but he's leaning in.
Peyton will look stuff up for us.
You hit record already?
Yeah.
Okay, double
Yeah,
checking.
we're on, baby. We're live. All the way live.
He's double checking. Hold on. All right.
We're good. We're good. So today we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about, Dean? You had this idea. You wanted to talk.
Okay.
You wanted to talk to us about
Skill set.
skills.
About where you began. I guess today's episode will be about where you began in the custom car scene as far as getting your hands dirty. You know, getting in there and building stuff yourself, wiring, installing, whatever, you know, and not just Lowriders, just in general. You know, like where did it start? What did it start? I know some of the firsts for me on anything modified wise on a vehicle and about what age I was at. I think everybody that's really into the car scene like us, like kind of knows that where they jumped from one lily pad to another and got their feet wet in it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, where'd you start? What'd you start on, if you will, and where you plan on going from there? If it's something that you don't mind just picking up little things along the way, or if you are actively making honest efforts in honing your skills, getting better, or getting more efficient at something, or is it just something that you just kind of learn what you need when you need it? So it was kind of my idea for an episode. I thought it'd be a good episode, kind of get everybody's feel for a background. And obviously in the comments, share, please. Let us know what you're doing out there.
Yeah. I know for me, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else. For me, I'm on a constant hunt for knowledge, right? You always want to expand your mind and broaden your horizons and learn to do more. As far as where I started, I'd say the first thing I probably taught myself to do or dove into. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing right now?
Making all kinds of noise.
There we go. And we're back. Hi. I missed everyone.
You are special. Some kind of
You
special.
are a big dummy. You Sasquatch son of a bitch, I swear. Where was I? I lost my train of thought.
Start over.
Oh, jeez.
You said I can't speak for everybody. And I said, thank God in my mind, because you a big dummy. And you went on to say something else, and I just completely lost touch.
I believe I said that I hated you.
Yes.
I never liked your ass.
Yes, we got that.
Anyway, the first thing that I did that I taught myself to do and really dove into was probably car audio. Like I taught myself, okay, I want to have some speakers, I want to have some music, I want to have some sound.
I want to say that's like a lot of people's first, probably too.
I think it is. I really think it is. You know, and or that or changing oil, right?
Right.
Those are the first,
Yeah.
two big things, right? So I'd say those two kind of went hand in hand for me. And then it just kind of expanded from there.
Yeah.
You know, once I changed an oil, okay, well, how do I?
You get brave after one thing, and then it's all right.
I don't even know how do I fix these brakes. All right, yeah. But I don't know what you broke back there.
Bro, that's loud as shit.
I don't know either. keep going. I'm gonna run it without it. I mean, I'm excited that you're getting them right.
Me too.
I'm just excited you're getting them right.
Too. What about you, Trent? What was the first thing you probably did?
Stereo.
Stereo?
Yep, 67 LeSabre. I dropped two 15-inch MTX Blue Thunders. Didn't know what I was doing. I literally threw the box in the back seat and ran the wires back.
Man, I saw so many systems like that growing up. They're just sitting in the back seat, just flipping around and shit.
And then I went to Walmart and they had those little, they weren't even LEDs back then, the little light strips. And I got a couple blue strips, put them in the back window and ran the wires into the speaker. So every time the bass would hit, the blue lights would strobe.
Oh, that's cool.
That was the very first thing that I've ever done. So,
well, you got a direct path to that smoke that's going.
I
It's
know.
never like that.
You know that's a terrible habit.
Yeah. Well, I like my cigars and I like my pipe. So save the sister jokes. Mind your business.
You know who else likes the pipe, right?
Yep. You know what? Hope that smoke go right in your fucking eyeballs. So, like for me, believe it or not, it wasn't audio was the first thing. I think the first thing I jumped in on was upholstery. Shockingly enough, at that age, I started off with my headliner. I went to I think Joann Fabric, and I got some like black crushed velvet in the F-150 out there, and I got some headliner glue that just generic shit, and then we didn't have YouTube and all that shit to look it up or any of that, or at least I didn't know how to use it anyway.
You still don't.
Shut up.
It's like you act like back then you didn't know.
Who are you, Mike Jones, back then?
Wait,
Get
but
outta here
listen,
with
we
that.
either didn't have it or I just didn't know how to use it. But one and the
Yes.
same at this point. Yes. And I did my headliner. That was the first thing. And then shortly after, I think I maybe tackled my first audio system in there too. But I did with people that had already done it and learned from them and stuff like that. But I mean, that's where it started. It was just like, all right, one small thing.
Yeah. Well, you, Justin.
I think I was like 14. Me and my buddy put speakers in his mom's car. Took 5-gallon buckets, cut the lid out, put 2 like 8-inch speakers. Made
You got real ghetto.
Yeah.
I was
Real
just going to
ghetto.
say the Ghetto Award.
Yeah.
Nah.
We weren't even close to old enough to get our permit even. We were out there.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Tied it into his back speakers and
And it's funny where these paths led everyone, right? Because now, by trade, you are a master mechanic.
Yeah.
know?
You're certified and everything, correct? All the certifications are?
By trade, you're a master fabricator. Fred and I, we veered off completely
I don't
different.
do shit. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You follow in suit with us, and then you pick up the knowledge along the way. So it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I heard, I've veered off into a path still involving cars, but not so much the custom aspect. But I always loved it as a hobby, right? And just the lifestyle of it, just and you always hear you'll get burnt out if you'll hate it if you do it for work.
I
and this
love
and
hearing
that.
that. I'm like, no,
Yeah, and
that's
I don't
not
know.
that. Now that is for some people, absolutely.
Hold on. Peyton, you just got into this stuff. Go ahead. Talk about your Acura we did. Was it an Acura? It's an Acura, right?
Yeah, it's accurate. A 99 Acura TL. We put a 12-inch subwoofer in it for the audio stuff. It put a set of 17-inch Avid 1 AV6s on it, and then put a hot air intake, and that's pretty much all we did with it.
So his first thing he did, like where I was like, here you go, was the stereo.
Very basic things. Yeah, you got to start.
Head unit.
Yep.
Head unit change out. We tried to put the speakers in, but the actually factory one sounded better than the aftermarket
Forgot
ones.
about this.
But yeah, so that was his first thing too, was stereo.
Oh, shit.
So
Yeah.
And now you like
I-
the funniest thing. You know what I want to say? Even before that was before he was driving, he was fucking around with us with pumps.
yeah, it's true.
So I mean,
That's
the first
true.
thing
That's
you
true.
do
When we were
like
building
that
the Ranger, he was here getting his hands dirty.
before you were even driving, you were messing with hydraulic pumps and shit. Like we were setting them up, showing you how we plumb them and everything, and you were tightening fittings down and stuff, and like. So I mean, your hands were already in the custom world before you even had your license, essentially. So that's a hell of a place to start.
Yeah. But the path that I veered on, it did give me the opportunity to learn to paint. So
Yeah, you did automotive painting there for a cold minute.
for a little while, and it unfortunately it didn't the body shop closed down within
I was going to ask, what
you
was the
know,
end of that? Or why did that?
about a year. So it's a crazy story. So they offer me the apprenticeship to learn to paint, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm in 100%. So I go into the body shop. They're teaching me how to sand properly, the difference between the grits, all that stuff. The prep work for the paint, And then I go with the body shop manager at the time. We go to Orlando to a PPG school for a couple days, and they're teaching us about the paint. We used water-based paint over there, the waterborne stuff. It's good stuff, man. And so I get back, and while we're there, we're talking to a guy, and his son is looking for work, right? And he's like, yeah, he's looking for a change of scenery. Give him a shout. Gave us his number.
Okay.
We get back, and the painter that was supposed to be teaching me just quit. Right?
I'm out.
So at that point,
Typical painter, by the way.
right? So at that point, it's the body shop manager, me, and a body tech, and the body tech is fresh out of school, And shout out to Gary. He's doing awesome. He continued and he's doing great.
This is the guy where
So-
you work, or is this?
This is the body tech that was fresh out
Oh,
of school.
yeah, you just said shout out to Gary.
Yeah.
Okay,
I worked with him. He's
Okay,
an awesome
okay.
guy. So we call this guy's kid, right? And he's been spraying this waterborne paint for a while. He's our age, but he's been painting since he was a kid because his dad was a painter. So he's making this trek from Jacksonville to Southwest Florida, right? And I think he'd stay with the body shop manager for most.
I was
going
gonna
to
say that's horrendous, man.
But this guy,
sleep.
shout out to Sean. He's the painter. Dude's a hustler, not always on the move. He's got a good grind, and so he's teaching me to paint a little bit. We decided we're going to paint my Blazer at the time, right? So I prep it all up. We paint it. He ended up painting it for the most part one night, and then he up and quits. Right? He says,
my God.
I'm out. I'm dipping. I'm going back to Jacksonville. So then it's just me, Gary, and the body shop manager. So then Gary says, well, they don't really want to pay me. I'm going to find somewhere else. He dips, right? So that's just me and the body shop manager.
Wow.
And the body shop manager says, well, I think I'm going to move back to Kansas. He dips. It's just me with 9 months of experience, really no body experience.
Yeah.
And so it's just me and probably 8 cars back there to finish, and probably 5 of them needed body work. One of them needed some panels welded.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it was.
What happened? What was the end?
So the body shop. So the owner of the dealership comes down and says, "All right, we're shutting the body shop down. Finish what you have back here. Redirect everything over to this other body shop." I said, "Okay." So I just I start doing one at a time.
Yeah.
So I take the easier stuff I can bang out. The stuff that was just painting a trunk, a deck lid, or lift gate, or a bumper.
Yeah.
I paint all that stuff, and there's 2 left.
With welding.
A red. I remember it was a not candy. It was a tri-coat red Equinox that the guy hit a parking post, so it needed a bumper replaced, a fender replaced, a headlight replaced, the battery tray replaced. The battery tray needed to be welded in.
Right.
So. Shout out to Ricky. It was a day Ricky was off. I call him because he's had the body experience.
Yeah.
He comes. He shows me how to weld the battery tray. He welded it on there for me. He helped me test fit all the panels, make sure it was all good before I put it all back together. Everything was good. Painted it. It was second tri-coat I ever painted. Came out pretty good.
Okay.
I was proud of that paint job. So I finished that one, get it out the door, and then there's a black Silverado with a bedside.
Worst panel
that was caved
paint.
in.
Black. There.
So I spent a lot of time on that bedside. Far longer than I care to admit. But I got it. Painted it.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Okay.
Well, by the time the paint went on there, it was good.
Good.
But that was rough. And then he just shut down the body shop. So.
But you got that experience doing that.
Yeah, trial by fire, man. Talk about
Seriously,
stressful.
you were thrown right in the fucking fire on that one. Like, hey, finish this up.
Yeah, but instead of just saying, well, that was crap situation, I kind of kept trying to learn on my own, and then dabbling with the custom stuff, with the candies and the pearls and the flakes and that's I like to think of that as my forte, my go-to. That's most of what I want to pursue in the future is the custom paint.
Of course. You're not looking to do this like retail, like you're not trying to.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Because I have people, everybody that seen something painted that you've done for me. Oh, let them know. Yeah. Oh, I'll pay him good. I'm just like, he don't want to do it. I don't care what he wants. I'm just like, it's not the money. He literally will not do it. And I promise. I've told people. Trust me, he makes more than you. What? Like, he makes more than most of us. He does not want to touch it. This is a passion. Well, why did he do it for you? I'm like, because he's known me for 20 years and I guilt tripped him into it. Like, I straight up tell people that. I'm like, I guilted him to hell.
Yeah, I did. The one thing I took away from that is that I do not want to be a production painter in a body shop. I
see what my dude goes through every day, and it's like, he gets paid very handsomely. I will say that. Yeah. But it's a lot of back-breaking, repetitive.
Right.
you know, just the sanding, the prepping, the leveling, it's non-stop.
It's
I couldn't
a lot
do
of
it,
work.
but he
It's a
gets
lot of
paid
work.
well for it. But man,
And that's why I'm looking forward to, you know, painting my Impala and painting the town
Yeah.
car and painting the Zuzu and
You paint
painting
everything.
the Ranger.
thank you. I was gonna say
we'll paint-
everything.
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 You painting all the shit. Raise your hands if he's painted something for you or plans on painting something for you. Painting your hand
We're
up.
gonna be ripping paint.
All right, there it is. He's over here
But
like that.
and that being said, too, though, that's also not where like I said earlier, I'm always on the quest for knowledge, right? You always want to learn more. So, and that's why I'm building the shop next to my house, right? So,
Right.
you know, I got the welders and the plasma cutters and all the tools.
Yeah,
and,
you've
know,
been
it's-
slowly over the last 2 years now, like accruing
Yeah. I've been,
like good
you know,
tools, not you know, for little hand turners are shitty here and there, but
Well,
like
no,
the
they have
big tools, you've been accruing like some nice
Yeah.
tools.
Yeah, like my welder, right? I didn't weld a whole lot.
Right.
I got some pointers from you and from Ricky and from you know, and with those pointers, I did a couple little test things, and then I felt confident enough to juice my first car by myself, the Regal, you know, and
And it held together
it did. It got me down the road for a little over a year.
mostly.
It didn't come apart. None of my welds came apart.
Not until we started pulling on
Until
things.
until
Not until we started
destroyed
pulling
some
on some things here and there.
The one side was on pretty well, but the other side,
One side was on, the other side I went like I had a wrench. I never
was
hammer.
that Bon Jovi song, "Living on a Prayer."
Bro, I took that thing and I had a
Hell,
wrench and I
baby.
went kink. and when, as soon as that thing went clink, that's all I heard him was go, "Oh hell no!"
but the welds on the axle were fine.
Yeah, no, it held.
That was because
But we
the
didn't-
battery
we
tray
didn't-
talking about. It wasn't on
Yeah,
the structure.
we didn't check everything
But,
else. We only knocked a fucking weld off with a
one
with a,
one of the four
with
posts.
a with
Get
a
outta here.
wrench, and instantly he went, "Oh hell no!"
on one of the four posts of the battery tray. Get out of here. With
He
that.
was, is it safe to get under this motherfucker? We looked. It was fine. It was, listen, it held. But when I
Yeah.
knocked that shit off, he went like this. Oh, hell no. Like, he was looking at me like, did you loosen it or something? I was like, no. So, one good.
I was in there grinding on it before y'all got in.
Yeah.
And speaking of good tools, you got to shout out to your little that little grinder.
Yeah, just a fucking
Yo,
buying
baby, caught that bad dude on fire.
$9.95
Several times.
buys grinders.
Listen,
I think
Harbor
that's
Freight,
just,
Harbor Freight sponsor us and send me all of the little $10 grinders you got.
that would be Master Drill.
Yes, we will put them through their paces.
Yeah. That actually lasted an entire build.
It did.
It did.
Building a quarter. Like
It's true.
It did. It
The
lasted a
Buick
build
took
and
it
a
out.
quarter,
Caught
and then
on
it caught
fire
on
on the trunk of the
The
vehicle.
Buick took it out.
Like it don't even caught on. It didn't even catch on fire nice. It just went like
No, he was in the trunk and he was getting after it, and I just see smoke start billowing out. Like, bro, you all right? He's like, full send, man. We're fucking. He got to the point where it's too hot for him to touch, and he
Had to get the welding gloves, the thicker ones. Do some more, and then even that got hot, man.
You ever see Ghostbusters, like when they catch the ghost in the first one,
Yeah.
and they come out and they're holding it by the
smoking.
string and it's smoking? This is exactly what it looked
That's
like.
it. That's exactly what the shit
We've
was.
got to have pictures or video of that somewhere.
sure,
I got
I'm sure.
Well, you ain't got pictures of that probably, but you got pictures of me with a grinder stuck into my shirt,
Of course.
sitting in there. You ain't asked if I'm in pain. You okay? What happened, boo boo? You went, oh damn, man, what the fuck? Yeah, you good?
That was a good time.
Let it go. Whatever I did, whatever you're gonna comment on, just let it go.
How you take a picture? You just clicking something up here. That just goes to show you how awful you are at technology.
You know what?
What?
I don't mind it. I don't care. I'm better with my hands.
Isn't that
It's
where
fine.
the button was on the disposable cameras?
I miss those. Those were easy. Snap, flip, 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 pow.
Speaking on iPhones, if you click the volume button while you have the camera out, it takes a picture.
Oh,
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
oh, there you go. I just.
He doesn't know which
one
one's
is-
his volume.
Yeah, it'll be this one. Okay,
you-
so
can
it'll
you
be
show him
this
how to
one.
turn on
It'll
the
be this
camera?
one. Shut up.
Swipe to the
You know
that
what?
way.
Today's
Get the fuck
episode, an iPhone tutorial.
Oh, you can go right into that motherfucker without opening the phone?
Jesus Christ.
Get the fuck out. Shut the front door. That's awesome. Look at that shit. Why am I even showing you? You know what? That's awesome. Thank you. I didn't know that. That is cool. I had
Payne,
to
can you
open
can you hang out with like Dean for 10 minutes a day and just show him things on the phone?
I guess.
That's true. The
I
more
had
you
no
know.
idea you can go right into your pictures,
Apparently, we see this.
right into a camera. You know what?
The whole world sees this, as a matter of fact.
Let's just stay focused on the episode, shall we?
Well, you heard my story.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? What do you mean?
I got nothing.
You started somewhere.
Yeah. I can still put in a stereo, kind of. That's it. That's what I'm
Let's
bringing
hear
to the
it.
table. I can run LEDs and I can do wiring. That's about the extent of my
I
stuff.
was gonna say you've done all the friggin'.
I'm fully confident that you could bag a car.
Me too.
Probably. But no, I could wire a car and bag it.
You might not feel confident in yourself, but I'm confident enough in your abilities that I've seen you do enough stuff that I've handed you off stuff that I haven't. I double check everybody's stuff just so I make sure all T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Like that's it. Like, but I've seen your shit. Like I've never seen you like drop the ball on something.
No, but if I had to guess, I would say
I've seen you wire up pumps, no problem.
my biggest thing would be the wiring. Like I can look at wires
Plumbing?
and read them pretty good.
I've seen you plumb a lot of hydraulic lines and shit like that.
That's not hard, just running wires. But
But
same as running a wire, running a hose. So
yeah, you'd be shocked how many bozos can fuck that up. You should see some of the stuff that comes in the shop that I work for. It's
Don't worry,
insane.
we'll
Check-
broaden your horizon to sanding.
check valves go on backwards.
Yeah.
It happens. Listen, I'm not too proud to say that I put a check valve on back.
I've done it too. I've done it. I did it.
There's
on
no
the-
way, man. I double checked. There's no way.
God damn.
I told you. I asked if it messes with you, let me know. I'll take it and put it out.
No, that shit was funny that day though.
Yeah.
Why is it not going up? Check valves on right? Yeah, they're on right.
They're on right. There's no way. And then the last one, I was like, all right. I'm just like, I don't know hydros that at that time. I'm like, I don't know hydros like as efficiently as you will. I said, but that certainly sounds a lot like a motor spinning freely. And he went, yep. That was it. Yep. So first thing,
it was that moment.
it was at that moment he knew he fucked up. We pulled that thing,
He said just like this. Fuck.
bro. We pulled the what did we pull the fucking motor, and there it was just like that.
Yeah,
so
we
then
pulled-
we didn't pull that. We pulled the
pull
check valve.
off first.
And we're like, all right, so flow needs to be this way, and we're like,
I pushed it and the ball didn't move.
Yep.
I said, well,
no, what'd you do? You handed it to Trent. You turned around, got on your phone. You said, I'm ordering you a new one, and just walked off. And then we went and cannibalized Trent's kit.
Grabbed all my. I
'Cause
have.
we bought the same
worked
kit at the
out for
same
you 'cause Now
time.
you got an HD motor.
I got an
Now you got upgrades.
I got parts of my
what?
kit in your car,
Yep.
well, in your Regal, in
Ranger.
Anson's, and in your. Yeah, I got my kit's in 3 different cars right now. So
And your shit just keeps getting upgraded. So if you just
I'll
keep
take
it,
it.
What do we put in the Regal?
Did we put something in the
we
Regal?
put something in the Regal. I forgot what it was, but we did use something from his kit in the
Run
Regal.
back and- I remember going over to grab something out of my kit when we were building it.
What the fuck
I
was
think
it?
it was the white springs, but we never used them.
Yeah.
I did go get the springs.
That was it. That was it. Yeah, we never ended
Yeah,
up
we
using
never
them because he ended up wanting to get rid of the
Because
car.
of
and-
Dean.
Yeah.
And I think we should cut a coil and a half. Let's do 2. I really think 1.5 will be fine. No,
no,
let's do 2.
3.
He does 2
I'm
and a
like,
half,
bet
and then
3
he's
it
like,
is.
probably
Fucking
should have done 1. You don't say.
3
You
it
don't
is.
fucking
Boom.
say.
We lay it down. I'm like, those other coils taller than these? Like the ones we already took out. And he said, no, that's why we took them out, because I wanted more height. I'm like, cool. So listen, I think we should have stuck with 1.5. And this is Trent in the background.
I don't know how many times I told you 1.5 would be. No, we're going to do 2, 2.5.
Listen, I know. I knew
1.5's good.
It was at that moment. I knew y'all would never let that shit die down. Here we are a year plus later,
yeah.
and it's,
Oh, it's
never
never
going to
over.
I
die.
did the same thing on my Impala. Same thing. Let's do a coil
I
and
knew
a
what I
half.
was doing with that. I want that bitch fucking just sitting low and sexy.
I said 1.5. You said, all right, 3. Fucking ass ends like
Well, when you
dragging
said
out.
1.5, I figured you meant like 1.5 times that by 2, and that's probably right around where I want it.
I don't know, we pulled into the Turkey Rod Run the year we did that, right? I drop off of the road into the parking area.
Yeah, you
And
dropped
the
off.
ass end scraped, right? One of the old men go, you better lift it up. I fucking can't. I can't. It's not an option at this point.
You better lift it up. I can't. Dirty ass slips all around.
So this all goes back, and this goes back to skills, right? We all need to learn better skills.
Trial
The
and
skill-
error.
The skill you need to learn
Is listening.
No, the skill y'all motherfuckers need to learn is trial and error. Okay? Trial, We told you something. Here's the error. I didn't listen. So y'all need to stop fucking letting me touch tools. That's what it is. Don't let me around shit around your cars with cutting devices. That's it. Now you'll learn. You will learn. I'm old. I'm ornery. I'm set in my ways. I'm gonna keep cutting shit up. 3 coils a minimum. If I'm going deep into a coil, we're taking a minimum of 3.
Going deep, you say, huh?
I can't wait to work on something else of yours and fuck it all up. Cut all the shit.
Ain't no more coils to cut. You cut off the fucking coils.
I'll cut everybody's shit up. Justin's over here like, I better learn how to do this shit my goddamn self.
I think Justin knows how to do it.
I don't have any coils.
None by me anyway.
I say Justin's the most mechanically sound one of our group.
That's
Oh,
true.
well, yeah. I mean, he fucking better be with his background. Absolutely.
That's true.
I'm still green on the hydraulics, though.
It's okay.
Easy peasy, baby.
Honestly, dude, as much as I'm, a fabricator, I'm doing this professionally for a while, I was much more green. I had a basic knowledge of them, and I was much more green than the guy who's not a fabricator, who I asked question after question. Hey, what's this? Hey, what is the proper terminology? How does this run? Where is this most commonly, installed, so on and so forth. And he's not a quote unquote fabricator. And I asked questions with him. I took that knowledge and I furthered it. So, I mean, like, I have my bag of skills, and that's in my field. I didn't even know. And I asked the guy I should know more of at that point. So where you're green on hydros, I've seen you do other stuff. It's like, oh, okay, well, you can, depend on him for pretty much anything. It's one of those things where you're competent enough where told something once with in this style of install, and you'll just pick up on it like that. You don't have to be babysat. So, and I think, what was it, last few weeks back, we had Peyton, he didn't just stop at his stereo. We had him up here on the lift. He was changing out motor mounts.
That's true. He was under the truck.
And we if you want to call babies, we babysat for a little bit. We just made
He
sure
wasn't happy about it, but he did it.
No, he wasn't happy about it, but there's only one way he's going to learn this shit. And we stuck close to make sure, we actually kind of went back and forth, me and Justin, just like, watching, he handled his own motor mounts. I mean,
I've never done that, so you got one up on me already.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a pain in the ass to do, by the way.
Did the Regal motor mounts?
Oh, fuck that.
No, you and I did the front end on that, and that took us all day and 16 tries because we kept putting all that shit on backwards.
That's true.
It was fun. We figured it out, but
What do we do? What did we do?
I
Motor mount?
I think we ended up having to put it on backwards because of the plating.
Yep.
We should have, and trial and error, as you say, I learned.
Absolutely.
When you plate those bellies, a lot of these guys are cutting that piece out that we welded to, and pushing it in, and then welding the plate inside there. So it's still essentially at the same geometry, at the same spot. It's just thicker now at that point because you've moved it in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, that was fun. It was a fun day, but
Yeah. All of our builds are fun. Some of them were fucking headaches. Absolutely. But fun. I mean, I remember yours was a backache when you were like twisted like a goddamn pretzel in the back of my Ranger, which old lady looked at me like, if he throws his back out, she threatened to shoot my knee out.
we gotta find the picture.
And he was, he was
stuck,
weaved into the suspension,
stuck into between.
finishing up some wiring.
It was the last wiring and the last hooking up the pumps. So.
It was after that. It was the next day off the Tampa.
Yep.
Whatever it was, like hours later. How many of those have we done? Oh, we just made it. Okay, on a trailer or on the fucking road, and off you go.
Yeah, it was a good time. That was a fun build.
Very good times. Very good learning experiences.
The Regal was a fun build. The Buick was a fun build. Every build is fun.
I
I love
honestly-
them all, man.
yeah.
I truly do. I thoroughly enjoy them.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't love it. So
So, you never talked about like your actual training, the Wyotech. So
Wyotech, boy, that is a mixed bag of emotions for some people. I loved the school. I went in there with a mindset of, other than one of those things where you pay for it, you take care of it more, like children and stuff like that. If you earn it, you really take care of those things.
Wait a minute. If you pay for it, you'll take care of it more. Like children? Did you say that? Are you buying children out
No,
here?
you know what I'm saying.
been
Like
to Epstein's
you
Island?
Come on. Peyton just gets up real quiet, like it just leaves the set.
Uncle Dean touched me.
On this episode of Human Trafficking,
Oh boy.
He's not a kid anymore.
we're
He's 19, so he's
We're
all right.
canceled.
He's grown.
I could still fold his. I could fold his ass up like a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Put him in there.
He weighs 36 pounds still. So.
Praying mantis. So. Peyton has left the build. Has left the chat. He's actually left the chat. So yeah, I went in there with the mindset that I'm paying for the school, and I really want to get every ounce of knowledge out of it that I can. Early mornings, late evenings, all that stuff. I was there for 2 years. I took on an extra 2 classes. I did collision refinishing, which is your basic body work, and then refinishing with the paint. Street rod and custom fabrication. And then I added on 2 electives, which was 2 more courses, which was trim and upholstery, and then chassis fabrication. There were some people that, young kids. I mean, mind you, I was 23, 24 when I went. Some kids fresh out of high school, 18. Some of them had free rides, like full free rides from the school and stuff like that. Mornings, they were, first 2 classes, they were just, their head was, between their arms and they were sleeping. I'm over here like, I give anything to have a free ride to this place because it was expensive. Mm-hmm. But I went in there and I actually became very friendly with a few teachers to where after school I would help some of them like on their own personal projects. I went junkyard hunting a few times with one teacher for parts for his tea bucket and stuff like that. Like I got really close with the faculty because they knew you put that vibe out, that energy that they're really there to absorb, their knowledge. They're gonna, if it's a good teacher, a receptive teacher, they're gonna want to give you as much knowledge as they possibly can. I'm still in contact with one of them, in fact, to this day, and that's 12, 15 years later, around that. So I had a very good time up there. I learned a lot. I went in there thinking I had an edge. And in some cases I did because I was already messing with stuff before I went there. But then when you go there and you're properly trained by professional individuals, you realize just how small of a drop you are in the pond. Almost, actually in an ocean. Like you don't really know jack shit until you're like really professionally trained. So I gained a lot out of that. Money aside, I would do it again. There's not one part of it that I found was a waste because even after all these years, I've still pursued it. And now look where I'm at. I'm doing it for a living fully. My shop, I'm doing it for a living at another shop. And I'm still surrounded by what I love to do every day. So the old saying, if you love what you do, you never go to work a day in your life. That's kind of where it's at. So, well worth the money, well worth the investment to myself.
Good, man.
But it's all about mindset, just like you with the painting and the cars.
Yeah,
so.
It's fun. I love it. What about you, Justin?
Kind of schooling you got for this stuff?
I mean, you're certified, so I know you got some schooling.
Well, I just went to the local Votech. The rest is just take the tests and hands-on.
How long you been doing it? Hands-on, professional?
18 years? 17 years?
Jesus. Yeah.
17 years professional. God damn.
Right out.
You got me beat. How old are you again now?
We'll just leave that alone.
No. I try to say that, and I don't want to talk about that. And Trent's like, no, we talking about it. So guess what? We talking about it.
38.
38?
So since he was 20.
Is he full of shit? Full of shit, isn't he?
He's probably 38.
What's this? Okay, well, I believe you. Well, you made it sound like you was like in your 40s or some shit. I'm over here. I'm 37. That ain't bad. All right. Orange, really?
Why does that surprise you?
I don't know.
He wants a lime green truck. Why does an orange wallet surprise you?
Accurate as fuck. Trying to see this license here. God
Has he
damn.
settled on lime green yet? He wants a green truck. Somewhere in the green
But in that
spectrum.
bright spectrum, right?
Yeah, and not forest green.
This shit is so tight. I just
Like
want to
this?
see your face.
You don't want his flannel?
No.
Everybody's hating on your flannel today.
Looking like a fucking tablecloth.
Everybody drinking their
Oh,
haterade today.
what the fuck? Where you're eating at, bro? There is no.
I know.
Does not look like a tablecloth.
Get it.
That's actually not bad. I ain't got nothing to say. Scotty's picture. Would you say
I
looked
saw
like
it.
He looked like every school.
Listen, I had
Every
every
school
I had
shooter.
everybody's,
you look fine in that.
had everybody's
Scotty,
license when I was ordering them plane tickets.
I look like a convict. Scotty looks like every, as Trent said, every school shooter ever. Fucking Christ Almighty!
What's that? Was it? Yeah, that's what it is.
We look at Peyton's, we be like, "Oh, you look the fucking same. You didn't change much. No, it's just the ink is still fucking wet.
Got it a year ago.
The ink is still wet on this bitch."
Anyway,
Oh yeah, but while you mentioned the plane tickets, well, let's touch on that real quick. Plane tickets to
LA.
Vegas,
Going
LA,
to LA.
and Vegas.
well, no plane tickets to Vegas.
Oh, plane tickets to LA.
Yes, and a struggle bus from LA.
15,
We got a big old van.
15
Yeah,
passenger
with a lot of
struggle
people
bus
in it.
2. This is struggle bus number 2.
I'm getting a free candy sign put inside that bitch.
Oh my God,
What is
we
there?
are.
What is there? 9 of us piling in.
There's a minimum of 9 going locked in currently. Locked in 9. Trying to get a couple more, but
My shit's paid for. I'm going.
Yeah.
It's paid for.
we're
full.
going. I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be a good time. Where we're going? We're going to
Peterson and Cali. We're going to do
Peterson.
Felix Chevrolet.
I'm stoked about that. I really
gonna-
hope they have some merchandise. That
I'm
we can
actually
buy
pretty
there.
stoked about that too.
How we got to figure out how far Van Nuys is from there because there's a lot of cruises that happen on Van Nuys.
What is it?
Figure it out.
Van what?
Van Nuys.
Van Nuys.
Okay. Well, we'll just
We
have
should
to,
figure it out.
get it
When
right.
We're flying out Wednesday, right? So we'll be there Wednesday, Thursday in LA.
We'll be there Wednesday morning, so we'll have all of Wednesday to
Wednesday and also
Good,
Thursday.
because going over to the Felix.
Or
most
part of Thursday,
we
yeah.
gotta
Going
drive
Felix
to-
is the furthest thing from the hotel we're staying at, so we got to hit Felix first. Probably leave in LAX and then kind of work our way back to the telly
Yeah.
because the LA traffic is no fucking joke.
It's not.
No.
LA traffic ain't nothing to fuck with.
No, it's not.
And then from there, we're going to Vegas for the Vegas Super Show,
Mm-hmm.
which I am told by you're the veteran of this one. Is insane show,
It's
and then the
It's
nightlife
a
is
great
even
show.
insane.
The show itself isn't quite as big as the Arizona show was,
Okay,
but there's a lot more after.
yeah, you said the production of it is really well, but it's not quite as big as the Arizona show. I think you said afterwards. It's the nightlife that people are throwing money down.
cruising the strip, all the hops that are happening. It's
Like hops are going on, stuff like that. We were looking for that.
Stoked about that.
I am extreme. Like everything you see online that we follow regularly, we're gonna be right in the fucking pits with it. And I've been looking forward to seeing that.
I'm gonna try to get a press pass for that one too.
You shouldn't
For
have a
what?
problem. I thought you already had a
thought you
press
had one.
pass. Oh, you have a
Right.
press pass. You have a press pass
Tampa.
for
I don't have one for
Tampa
Vegas.
Lowrider
Oh, shit, my
April 2nd.
That's a couple weeks away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a press pass for that. Now you got to. When do you apply for the press pass for Vegas?
I don't know. I gotta see if it's the same. I might email this guy that I talked to for the Tampa one. See if he's the same guy because it's all
Okay.
it's all
Kind of intertwined there.
Yeah, it's their tour. It's the Lowrider tour.
Okay.
So, because the Arizona show isn't affiliated with Motor Trend and Lowrider. That one's actually sponsored by Dixon. There is a Lowrider tour show in Arizona, but I believe it's in Scottsdale.
Okay. Now, do you have to pay to get a press pass or a fee for that, or are they just
No, you got to apply for it and they got to
Yeah.
approve you.
okay? And then they get coverage out of it. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I tag them in
Yep.
every show. I'm at like right
There
now
you
the
go.
ones
A couple of them have they've shared your stuff, right?
oh yeah,
they've shared my stuff.
Snoop Dogg's liked your
used
shit.
my stuff. Snoop's liked one of my pictures. Yeah,
At 57, right?
yeah.
And then you just got a
It's the
shout
same,
out to.
same picture that Haviline used.
I was just
God,
gonna say shout out to
so
Haviline.
fucking
You
gorgeous,
just
bro.
got a props from them, a write up.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, you got a couple paragraphs there about this podcast, about your photography, about everything, and they had one of our, I think collaboratively, one of our favorite picks that you took.
That is hands down my favorite car. I think
Like,
right now, like that
Oh.
that fucking thing is so
it's a nice car.
sexy.
and it's
Nice
it's
car.
the Air Ride 57.
It's not my favorite car, but it is a nice car.
You're a
it's-
gatekeeper. That's a beautiful. I'll trade in anything I got.
It comes out. It comes out in little spurts.
That's not.
That is-
that's not why it's not my favorite.
That is a nasty fucking. Listen, 57s are gorgeous. They're not as common as your 60 to 64s and stuff like
Be
that.
hating on our 64s.
No. They're not as common. But I'm saying like, so when people do them, they usually do them upright. And there's some 57s out there that are fucking like knock your shorts off. That one though, that you took the pictures of. Ooh, that is just mean.
I was never
Mean.
a fan of 57s. Never.
Yeah, you told me that.
I would look at
until
them.
you
I'm like,
saw
all
that.
right, cool. I saw that car and I'm like, oof,
A 57 ain't a bad idea. Like,
that bitch is like
until you can't see a rear tire anymore.
bro,
gone. That one, and then there's the blue one,
Gone is right.
the LA one. You seen that one?
Yeah.
He's got the LA Dodgers muraled on the side.
he
Oh,
was-
on the
That-
Bel
that's a
Air,
bad
the '57
fucking-
Bel Air.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been at the Fieberman show a couple times.
that is a sexy car too.
Yep.
But
One thing. Okay, so I remember we were talking about this last week. How you don't really care for like the skirts to have like murals and stuff on them. I see that in the '57 a lot. Is they'll actually the inlay on the Bel Air where it has that inlay where the trim splits. I've seen airbrushed like murals inside of that, and then I've seen like
that's
some
cool
designs
because-
with plating, and then they actually have like gold or chrome plating inside of that trim inlay. Gorgeous.
it's self-contained in that, and
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense.
It
where
it does.
it's
I
cut
understand
off.
I understand what you're saying about it. This
The
looks like a
skirts
random
just kinda
tattoo.
float, yeah.
Yeah, random tattoo. I don't know, like an ankle tattoo.
Like
I
that
know.
one, as the flare comes up, like
Yep.
it grows. If you do it right, it looks
Yeah.
great. And that Dodger one is done.
Yes, yeah,
Fucking
and I'm not
amazing.
even, and I don't even, watch sports like that. And I was just like, that's fucking bad. That I think the blue is what
Yeah, I love
what
that
does
blue.
it for me.
I talked
That
to-
blue,
he's-
I'm a big blue fan. So.
He's cool as shit. That dude. I talked to him a couple times. A
Did
couple
you?
shows. Yeah, he's a really
Okay.
good dude. So
Yeah, some nice cars for sure.
Well, that about wraps up episode 14 here. Unless you got something to add.
No, I think it's kind of gives me a little bit more of an insight with you two.
I want to Peyton. 'Cause you were talking about going to mechanic school at one point. What's your game plan now?
I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing or what I'm going to do.
Just right now.
So you're currently
Make it
just
easy.
working right
It works.
now.
So fucking it pays the bills.
Work hard for the money. That's how you're doing right now.
Pretty much.
All right,
No, he's
working hard for the money.
He's at
and,
McDonald's. He didn't work hard. It's the easiest
know.
job in all the land, bro.
I work for the clock in for the money. That's it. But with that, you're going to a shit. You're coming with us. So you're coming to the next show, big show with us, and you're currently saving up for that and saving up on the side as well for all the goodies.
Oh, he's
on
coming to
the newest edition in your driving career, your truck.
I think once my garage goes up and we start tackling all these builds, you're gonna get more and more into it, buddy.
All right.
Yeah,
you gonna come out. You gonna come out, right? You gonna build?
Yeah.
You gonna turn wrenches on this?
You got to. I mean, you want to bag your shit, right?
You're either gonna get in there with us and you're gonna love it, or you're gonna hate it and you're gonna know for sure.
It's not for
It's
you,
not for
or it
me.
is for you. Or here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, you're going to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And nobody's gonna judge you either
And
way.
no, because we're going to teach you. You're going to be taught the proper way to do this shit. You're going to learn all the mistakes that we made and not have to make one of them.
Worst case scenario, you know how to do the basics. You can change oil. You can change a tire if you get a flat. You know how many kids your age can't do that anymore?
Do you know how many kids your age even know where to fucking find a motor mount? You now know where that shit is, and ideally how to change them without pulling the whole engine. You know how to do it now.
Yeah.
You have a very rough basic understanding. Like, that's not common. Again, before even an oil change, this motherfucker was messing with pumps. I got pictures of him next to his dad handling pumps and plumbing those and shit. Like, I would only wish I had that education at that age.
No.
So,
Oh, he's coming with us to Daytona in 2 weeks
Daytona,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
because we got to pick
He's
up.
going with you to Slamology.
Yep, Slamology up in
You and him are going.
June. Towing the Buick up there.
There you go.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we got a lot
Doing
of
that.
pallet parts to pick up.
Jesus
Daytona.
Christ.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to make it out there with you guys.
You gonna come up?
Yeah, I'd like to go for Daytona. Yeah. What day is it?
We're leaving on Saturday the 25th.
Oh, you staying the night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't know. We'll see. If we staying one overnight,
Yeah, we're going up. We're going up midday Saturday.
midday
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And
Probably won't even hit the show Saturday. Just
Yeah,
gonna hang out in Daytona.
I might. I'm leaving when I get out of work. I don't know how late I'm gonna have to work. So
Telling you get the bubble guts.
yeah.
Around 2:00, you need to go. Oh, boss. Oof.
Now,
Yes,
chili
the
dog
bubble
got me.
guts.
now that it's on air.
I gotta go here, Trent. I'm on my way.
That's all right because we're like 4 weeks behind. So
That's true.
by the time this airs, you'll already be going back.
Ask for forgiveness.
Tis better to ask for forgiveness than
Oh,
for permission.
All right, then stub your toe. Whatever you guys to
Yeah.
do. Get out of fucking early, bro.
But so Debbie and I are heading up there Saturday after I get out of work,
Okay.
and then I'm waiting to hear back from them to see how this stuff is packaged. If I can just take my trailer, since
Bro,
it's
this shit's
open.
all gonna be like scattered. They're gonna be like, here you go.
Right, so I might.
Well, it's all
I might rent like a U-Haul box truck.
God,
up
you got that
there.
much shit you got to get?
it's all big shit. We got the floor,
Oh,
The,
fuck.
The lid, the
complete floor pan with
trunk
braces.
lid, hood.
So basically,
hood,
you've got
trunk
a
lid, both front fenders.
oh my god.
So there's some interior stuff. I believe all the stainless trim that I ordered.
Bro, he's using the frame of his 64.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the quarters and the roof.
Well, let's see what we got.
To be determined.
Yeah, essentially, what you did is you picked up a level 3 model kit for adults, and somebody went through and popped out all the plastics and said, "Here you
That's
go."
it.
That's what
That's
you
it.
did. You
Yeah.
fucked around and found out with a whole ass 64.
He's got all the interior stuff for you to do your thing
That's
on.
true. You're gonna have to do a little bit of foam repair.
Yep.
So.
Oh yeah,
We
foam and I guarantee foam and spring repair.
I lucked out with my interiors in pretty decent
Ooh
shape.
yeah, you got lucky with that, getting that too, especially those 2 seats.
Yeah, $800.
Can't beat that. Go sell those motherfuckers right now.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
not a bucket
$1,600.
seat guy.
Huh?
I'm just not a bucket seat guy. I love the bench.
To each their
So
own.
if I have
Me
buckets,
too,
is it
personally.
uncheck the lowrider box. Just go-
No. There's
Are you saying am I in a box? Am I in a box? Did I check
nothing
something?
wrong, there's nothing wrong with bucket seats. I just prefer a bench seat.
In my 55 mark will not be dropping the bench. That's a fucking couch in the front and a couch in the rear, and I intend to use them.
Even the 64 Buick with both benches.
Oh yeah.
But the Impala, I got the speed shifter in the
I
middle.
understand the Impala more so with the bucket seats. That
All-
makes sense.
It's
But
all
the Buick,
SSE. All SSE.
but the Buick with the bench, it's again makes sense. It just looks right. It feels right.
Are you taking a nap in the bitch if I have to?
And you're like what? 6 what?
6'3".
Yeah. You look plenty comfortable in that motherfucker.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's fucking, every time I drive it, I'm like, this car's awesome.
Yeah,
It is an
bud.
awesome car.
Yeah.
It is a nice car. I really like that car.
Never should have told you about it. So, anyways,
Thanks for joining us for episode 14. We'll catch you on the next one.
Toodly-doo.